Asia Dota 2 qualifiers. I am Waxin, joined by Black, the dynamic Dota 2 duo, bringing you the upcoming 3 best-of-1 series for the Central Asian qualifiers. Black, this has been a hell of a day already. You started all the way with Oceania. You had a best-of-3 where Australia managed to clutch it. Then you already had a couple of games from the SEA region, and now we're going all the way to Central Asia to see some familiar faces.
Yeah, it's been a long day so far, but hopefully we'll have a couple more. Dude, today we've had, I think, three 1-hour games. I really like these kind of games because they're very, very unpredictable. You know, who wins in the end. And yeah, maybe we'll have more of them, maybe not. Last game was actually over after like 20 minutes, but then it turned into like a 55-minute slogfest. It was pretty epic. We'll see. On paper, Kyrgyzstan is really damn strong.
Yeah, let's talk about the first matchup of the day already. Yeah. We will be getting... Well, actually, before we get out, let's break down how these qualifiers will be working. All of the Asian regions, so Oceania, SEA, Central, South, and West, they're all fighting for multiple slots respectively. I believe Oceania only had a single slot. So right now, for Central Asia, we will have 5 teams: Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan fighting into a single round robin best-of-1 group stage. And the top 2 teams at the end of this group stage will be then qualifying to the Asian Championships 2024 in China. That will be in mid-September. And like you mentioned, Black, first series of this Central Asian qualifiers will be Kazakhstan versus Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan being the absolute favorites. And I would even go as far as say, not just of the matchup, but of the region in itself, because for those of you unfamiliar with the history of IESF Dota 2, Kyrgyzstan is the bronze medalist of the 2023 season of the World Esports Championships. So there's a lot at stake here for them to prove that they want to replicate the success from last year.
Yeah, it's a team that's not only strong on paper, they're also strong mentally. They have so much confidence. Their players are insanely strong. You have Syed, you have Kami, some of the best players in the world, probably even. And unfortunately, every time I look at them, I feel very old. Their oldest player is born in '98, man.
That is younger than me, Black, and I am considerably younger than you, I believe. So
yeah, so it doesn't bode too well for me, you know. But as I always like to sweet talk myself, I got all that life experience, all that wisdom to share. So we might be at different parts of our life, but I'm all the wiser, you know.
It's also interesting talking about younger players because Kazakhstan is fielding a completely new roster of 5 players that are really unknown to us in many capacities. And let's take a quick look at their roster. And that will be Anisan, Arya, Ethereal, Hush, and Revolver. 5 players that I don't believe I've ever seen before, not even in past IESF. So you could even say that this is a bit of a change of guard, Black. In previous seasons, Kazakhstan would field a roster, if you remember, around Hayes, Hannah, and Arrow. 3 of the players that might come to mind for some of us that are unfamiliar with the Kazakhstan region. So it's good to see that they realized, oh, we had mixed success in the past. Let's pass the torch and let's see if this new younger generation can bring more success and more glory to our nation.
Yeah, and we'll see what ends up happening if they can hold a candle to Kyrgyzstan, because as we said, Kyrgyzstan, heavy favorite. It's going to be tough for any team to beat them. How many slots are there for this region?
2.
Is it 2?
2 slots.
As well? Okay, so they definitely have a shot to be second. However, there's also Suneko's spot waiting for them further down the line.
Yeah,
it's probably my second favorite, and yeah, it's gonna be very tough to beat out either of those teams.
Yeah, Uzbekistan.
So we'll see what they can do. As you said, young guard, but will the youngsters beat the old veterans?
Well, the old veteran, and like you said, the old veteran whose youngest player is also, like you said, born in '98, so oldest player. We obviously have Zayat, Max, Katie, Kami, and Zodiac, and this is, I believe they have 1 roster change, Black. I do not remember Katie playing with them last season.
I think you are correct. what does he play in the team exactly? I'm not too sure. I just know Kami is the carry god.
Blizzy. Yeah, Blizzy used to be their offlaner. That's the one.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, well. I'm sure he's a worthy replacement. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on the squad. Because Zayat is he's a very stern captain, let's put it that way.
I wonder why. I mean, it's a joke, obviously. Why is Watson not playing Kazakhstan squad? But anyway, we're talking about Kyrgyzstan here, and Zayat has a lot to prove. 2 years ago, I believe he came second place at the International Black, obviously the most prestigious Dota 2 tournament, arguably the most prestigious esports tournament in the world. But since departing Team Secret, he has yet to find similar levels of success. After last year's IESF, he moved on in Navi, and they're playing okay, but still not breaking. I would even argue with his club team not even breaking into tier 2 quite yet. Maybe tier 2. You could argue they're in tier 2, but again have missed qualifying to the international yet again. So this tournament for Zayat is becoming kind of like his proving ground year in, year out. Remember last year at Yash, he was pulling up some phenomenal Lion and Techies performances to lead his team into battle. But the player that you are more interested from Kyrgyzstan, and you mentioned it already a few times, has to be Kami.
Yeah, Kami is also the player that Kyrgyzstan themselves talk up the most. He's basically like, yeah, he's our superstar. He's gonna carry us to victory. He has done so many times. It didn't entirely work out for them in the last finals, of course, where you said they ended up being third, which isn't bad at all, with a very tough competition there. But it's definitely not what they wanted. Yeah. And they're hungry. It's a long road for them. First, they got to go through a Chengdu qualifier.
Yep.
Then the main qualifier. Where, honestly, if you win that Chengdu qualifier, which could be considered, it is considered a massive tournament in itself.
Of course.
Like, you might actually come as one of the favorites to win the whole thing in Riyadh down the line.
Realistically speaking, this region for them should be a walk in the park. If Kyrgyzstan drops even a single map, which I don't expect them to, but if they drop a single map, we might start asking some questions on what is happening with the squad, because they are the heavy favorites. If you're a betting man, which I don't assume you are, Black, I would say Kyrgyzstan is the safest pick out of this qualifier, maybe with some question marks from a Soneko squad of Uzbekistan, but that matchup will be a few days later down the line. Now we are into the first draft of the Central Asian region, and we're coming off hot with a Broodmother ban from Kyrgyzstan and Vengeful Dark Seer from Kazakhstan. I would say that's probably more expected from me, but a Brood first ban, I was not expecting to see that.
Get out all that cheese here. We don't need any of that, they say. Standard game is the best way to make sure that the better team actually ends up winning. I think if Kazakhstan wants to win here, they gotta throw in some obstacles towards Kyrgyzstan's ways. Some question marks, like how do you deal with this? Maybe some Husker last pick here because they have last pick. I'm a big fan of last pick in the BO1 just because you always have this option of picking this. Gotcha, last pick. Wait. I just saw in Kazakhstan Ethereal is there. I know that guy. He's pretty damn good.
I think actually, I when I was going through the rosters, I was like, I do know an Ethereal, but is that the Ethereal we think of, or is just someone?
That's a good question.
It's quite a common nickname. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see how Ethereal performs, and we'll come up with that idea. But he's the one doing the draft as well, so he might be the Ethereal as he's currently captaining this Kazakhstan squad. Beastmaster, another, I would say, not first phase ban-worthy hero in the current meta, Black.
I agree. Although I just did cast Beastmaster and he had a tremendous showing. So, wow, Rubik's first overall pick instead of the Tiny. That's also quite ballsy. I do believe Rubik is one of the best fours there is, just because of natural scaling. There's a lot of heroes you don't want to pick because Rubik is in the enemy team, so it kind of limits the hero pool as well. There's a couple of other heroes that do that. For example, like AA. There's a couple of heroes you can't really pick against AA. You want to pick it, but you can't. So I like that pick a lot. But is it worth trading out for a Tiny?
I mean, Kazakhstan didn't even hesitate. It was an insta Tiny pick. They didn't even look, oh, they got the Rubik, let's consider it. They just took the Tiny, snapped it from Kyrgyzstan's favor, and it's going to be interesting. But at the same time, you know what I've seen lately, Black? I've seen quite a fair bit of Rubik mid, which is very, very annoying to play against. I don't necessarily think it's good, but it's such a nuisance to face as soon as Rubik hits his level 7. Keeps spamming you with Fade Bolt, maxing out Arcane Aura. And again, best of 1. I wouldn't want to see Kyrgyzstan going for something cheesy. I really think they should stick to what is considered very heavy meta, because they are skill by skill, player versus player matchup, the favorites.
Yeah, not even just by a little, by like a massive amount. I think the overall MMR is, I don't want to throw out a random number, but I know Kami was like a 30k player himself. Like he himself is amazing. We have Zayach, who probably, a lot of people that have been around for a while don't care as much about MMR as the newer players do. So I don't know how high he is up there, but he's definitely a guy that plays on a 13k MMR level.
Oh, is that Zayat?
So, yeah, Zayat.
Oh, I think he's like in top 50 or something.
He's still very high MMR, but I don't think he's quite at that number. But he might
180.
be.
He's 180. I just checked. He's 180 on the leaderboard. Okay, so not top 50. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's roughly 11.5. That's not bad at all, obviously. 11.5 MMR is still super good. But yeah, as you said, on paper, they'll outskill them, they'll outplay them, make the game as standard as possible, and you should come out ahead.
Now, Kazakhstan is starting to burn through a bit of their own reserve time. I have to be honest, I really love their bans. Phoenix, Seer, Venge, Weaver, very, very good heroes in this current patch. Another hero I would ban, it would be the CK, but they want to ban the Troll and pick the Slardar, which is quite an interesting choice here. I haven't seen Slardar in 736C yet. I mean, the patch came out 3 days ago, so that doesn't, it's not a big sample pool, right? But paired up with the Tiny, this is a classic combo from back in, I don't even know, Dota 1 days. Black Slardar offlane, Tiny position 4, toss into Slithering Crush.
It's good for sure, but it can also be very abusable. Like if you pick like a dual range or a very heavy like something like an Undying Elder Titan, yeah, something in that ballpark, it's gonna get incredibly difficult for them to trade efficiently against you. I really like this opening here from Kyrgyzstan as well. Also, it's Elder Titan 5, Centaur Rubik in the off. Makes a lot of sense. I don't personally like Slardar that early into a draft. I feel like it's more like a 3rd or 4th pick. It's very exploitable. So we'll see what they end up doing with it. Maybe it's something they're very comfortable with. But Tiny Slardar on paper doesn't sound that insane.
I don't think that's the lane. I don't think that's the lane. I think the way Tiny's been played lately, he's a core, mostly mid, and he's going for the toss facet. On landing, he deals extra damage, which will be really strong with the Slardar in the mid game. I hope they're not pulling this one off for the laning phase. But crazier things have happened, and Kyrgyzstan still getting their hands on this Centaur is going to be really good, because Slardar and Tiny both want to be on top of you, but if Centaur just pops the Stampede and manages to disengage, or jumping in, hoof stomp, and sets up for the Elder Titan, this is a lot of teamfight presence from Kyrgyzstan already.
It is. It has so much setup as well, and they have 3 heroes that can stun already. So far in this game, I really love both sides draft. Well, if it wasn't Slardar, I would love it a little bit more, but stun is a stun. I love heroes that can stun. Keep the game simple, pick lots of stuns. That way you can kill the easiest. We have seen a couple of drafts earlier in the Southeast Asia region.
Yep.
No stuns, just a bunch of slows, and it just didn't work. The team with more stuns pretty much always wins. Monkey King, okay. Another interesting hero. I mean, Monkey King against Rubik Centaur. Okay.
That's kind of good, right?
Monkey King is just a very strong lane. Centaur Rubik should not really be able to do anything there. Now then, that just leaves the question, is it the Tiny mid, or is it actually the Tiny Slardar lane?
And we're not going to find out until the very last pick.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, they banned out Troll already, so I think that they definitely planned for the Slardar pick, obviously. And the Monkey King is also scared of Troll, so that makes a lot of sense. Chaos Knight, though, that hero looks really amazing right now. It kind of dumpster Slaughter and Monkey King.
Like I said, I think I would have personally banned the CK instead of the Troll, but maybe Kazakhstan was really afraid of the potential dispel and the battle trance coming in from the Slaughter to turn around these team fights. Kyrgyzstan here, I feel like they're lacking a bit of a range nuker, which again, it could be offset if this Rubik goes mid, but I hope that's not the case. Also this Lich, right? When I first saw 736 and I read the patch notes, I thought Lich is going to be an absolute beast. Lich hasn't really been favored. Wow. Terrorblade into Monkey King.
It makes sense because ASD has a picture of Terrorblade on it, like in his profile. Yeah, so we should have guessed it, honestly. Everybody should have guessed that.
Do you think it's our fault that we didn't guess it, or are you going to blame it on Ethereal not guessing and banning it?
10 seconds remaining.
Probably we're all at fault, to be honest.
I see, yeah.
Because we all know if the casters agree on a ban, the player gets a telepathic message, ban this hero, and they'll automatically, no matter what they do or think, ban it. But they have no choice. The hand just moves. And
they are banning out the Husker. Kyrgyzstan does not want to get cheesed, Black. You called the Husker, like you said. You called it, so sadly it's not getting picked. It's getting banned. I mean, sadly, nobody wants to see a Slaughter. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah, what? Husker is great to watch. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
like a
so
nice armlet toggle, like you get ganked by 4 heroes, you armlet toggle through it like 5 times, you get an ultra kill all by yourself. Hell yeah. That's the moment right there.
Doubt. I love the Storm ban. Pango ban. Pango, despite nerfs after nerfs, he among like 8 nerfs he gets like 2 buffs that are very strong, and that's how this hero makes his way back into the meta constantly. For Kazakhstan, I assume they need. I think at this point you're flexing Tiny for and you get another mid laner. I don't know. I just have a feeling for that, but I guess they will also be waiting for Kyrgyzstan's mid laner, which has yet to be revealed. What would you like to see Zayat's squad to run as a position 2 here?
So it's Monkey Slaughter. I personally really like Invoker. Invoker Terrorblade is a super strong combo too with the Alacrity. Centaur Invoker is strong together.
What about an OD?
Blast just absolutely ruins the lineup. OD can work for sure. It's just a little bit more greedy with the Terrorblade, whereas Invoker can move around a bit more. Ember. Okay. So now they have the option of actually running the Slaughter mid lane and picking a much stronger off lane.
Monkey mid, right?
Yeah. It also works. But Slaughter mid is really good against Ember. And then the Monkey King would still destroy the Centaur. And now you can actually pick an offlaner that hard counters the Terrorblade. If you want to.
A Razor's in the pool. We've seen some Razors.
Yeah, Slaughter does not lane against Terrorblade. Like, it's just not possible. You have way too much armor. You don't care, Terrorblade.
Only 12 seconds left for Kazakhstan to choose
Timber
their final.
Let's go. I think it's a Timber game.
Piece.
It's such a good Timber game, actually.
Oh,
Dragon Knight.
You may now select your
No, I think Timbersaw was a game winner here, man. How does Terrorblade Elder Titan lane against Timber? Like, Elder Titan comes to do an half HP.
So Ethereal will be the one on the Dragon Knight. Huh.
Yeah. Dragon Knight. Okay, yeah. It's a target stun. It's very safe. I do think, though, they're actually lacking in the damage department. They don't have any great damage.
They really wanted to play this as safe as possible, I assume, right? And maybe they don't have a Timbersaw player. Maybe that is the answer. Or the fact that they only had 12 seconds of reserve time is what put the pressure on their shoulders, Black. We got to consider all aspects of that as well. But looking at this draft, I like what I'm seeing from Kazakhstan. The only downsides for me have to be the support duos. Tiny, like I said, is now played as a core because he's so good when he gets toss maxed up and you need a setup with the Blink Dagger. So position 4, when you're running around 3 other melee cores, it's going to be very hard for Tiny to actually have space. And the Lich I have yet to see in a game that has tremendous impact. So for that reason, I'm taking Kyrgyzstan.
Okay, I mean, Kyrgyzstan on paper already is the favorite, or level 30 Rubik. That guy is cooking. He's about to crack some 90s.
Is that not
some 90s, sorry.
I'm glad you remember that, Black. I'm very happy you remembered it.
Of course.
Is that Zayats? Is that Zayats on the Rubik? No,
Yeah,
it's
it should be. No, it's not.
Sunset. Huh.
I think that's him.
No, it's not. Is it? No. That's not Zayats.
Are you sure?
Are they playing with a stand-in?
I'm not sure. They're not using their names.
Yeah, I mean, that's sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We apologize. No. Sunset is a different player. He's also from Kyrgyzstan, and he's playing for Seabay. And that is who's playing right now. So Zayat is not on the server, Black.
Oh, interesting. Well, Sunset is a 30 Rubik anyway.
Exactly.
So, see what he can make happen.
With that being said, look at the setup already from the Radiant side. They're going to come in from the Fog of War. They're going to try to connect, and now Storm turn around, but Hush is getting lower and lower. Corrosive is coming through, but the burst damage, which often will fall first, and it will be Hush trading his life for Allen, but the first blood going in their favor now. Look at Ethereal, getting lower and lower in HP. A few more right clicks will do the job. Nice attempt from the Ember to
Briefcase attack!
But Sunset claims it with the Fade Bolt.
Is it gonna be 2-2 rune split, or is Radiant gonna get more? If they avalanche this, it's an easy grab. They do. Triple rune for Radiant. So it's not the worst. 3 runes is quite a lot of money. And I don't think Ember got any of the kills. Yeah, so mid lane shouldn't be too affected. Ethereal coming back full and healthy. Eyes are gonna be on the Terrorblade lane.
Was this a Terrorblade offlane? No, sorry. Okay, what was I looking at? I for a split second I became colorblind. I saw his health bar being green. No, it will be LFT, or actually KT on the safe lane Terrorblade with the max position 5 Elder Titan that will try to harass the Slaughter out the lane. And a melee v melee matchup, Slaughter is usually quite happy, but ET is such a beefy hero, and he right clicks for so much whenever he uses the Astral Step, or sorry, yeah, the Astral Spirit, that Slaughter is not gonna have a good time here.
Yeah, and in general, Slaughter doesn't lane that well against Terrorblade just because of the high base armor. It's sitting at 9 of them. Max in trouble.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there from Max. Poole walked into the Astral Spirit, so didn't get the chance to micro it to a different camp for extra right click damage, but will get out to safety. Has a Windlace, pops the salve as well. In mid, Ember Dragon Knight, probably one of the most boring mid lane matchups we could have gotten. And I mean, we are theorizing Slaughter mid, Rubik mid, Monkey King mid. No, it's gonna be a lane that, well, I don't think anybody should die here. Even with the potential support rotation, a Tiny coming mid or a Rubik, they should not be able to grant a kill unless Zodiac or Ethereal make any big commitments.
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty much purely about farming here, farm efficiency, and then once you're level 6, there's probably going to be some rotation coming in at some point. Ooey, Centaur. That's not supposed to happen. Monkey is supposed to be the dominator in this lane.
Where even is the Monkey King right now? I'm trying to see him on the radar. Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah,
what?
He died there. Only sitting at 3 CS as well. The Lich has 5 CS.
It's the Lich. I'm telling you, the Lich is just not in a good spot right now. And I'm a Lich lover myself, so I know what I'm talking about. Hopefully, we'll see some more impact coming from him in the mid game. But this is the lane that you said will have less action. You believe the top one will be the one where all the stuff happens, but so far so good, as this Terrorblade has 11 last hits, topping the network chart, sorry, the last hit chart. And okay, Black, I'm looking at this. I know Monkey just got back to lane, but Lich is the one that keeps on taking the last hits. Is this a position 1 Lich, position 5 Monkey? What am I watching?
I told you, man. The Lich has 7 classes. Monkey is sitting at 5. I don't know what's going on down there.
I mean, Lich carry. We see people try to run the Lion position 1. Vengeful is now an official carry. Maybe Lich carry is going to be the next meta for TI.
Yeah, I played a lot of offlane Lich myself, never as a carry. But, you know, as I said, I'm always happy to see new things.
What would you build on? Oh, okay. Speaking of the Lich, Revolver gets punished, but at least he's happy. He's taking some of the damage himself from the Be Yourself MK. Oh, top, a bit of an overstep from Katie. A lot of creep damage tanking in, but Max comes around with the right clicks, Hush lower and lower in HP. The stick popped, and now the avalanche. Katie lower and lower. Finally coming in with the refraction. One more right click would do the job, but let's get back to safety.
Yes, the 13 armor coming to play. Monkey King again died. Revolver also dead. There's way too much that the Centaur is getting here.
Is under attack.
This is a disaster for Kazakhstan. Oh, they would have been much better if they could have killed the TB up top, but in the end, coming bottom as well, losing their core yet again. Monkey King, what is it usually an absolute lane dominator, currently 2 levels behind the Centaur, and now Max up top might pay with his life, giving something back to the Radiant, but look at the damage coming through. It's going to allow Katie to get a trade kill on the opponent's support, and now 1v1, Hush, more than happy to trade blows there, but look at the Monkey King, will get the kill bottom onto Allen. That is a 3 kill streak, but he will fall to Sunset's Rubik.
Yeah, finally getting the kill onto the Centaur. A much needed one for the Monkey. He dies again though, he has no TP. Yeah, that's the walk of shame right there, no boots either.
It's a bit of a victory because he got the gold, but now he's gonna, well, probably miss or at least a full creep wave, if not a creep wave and a half, by the time he makes his way back to lane. And let's take a quick look at this replay as we have...
Still tossing to the tower. Hush though, there's a lot of damage coming from the TB. Ow, ow, ow. Not the trade you are looking for. You never want to give like a TB solo kill and solo experience. It's always rough.
Top tower is under attack.
Katie's having the time of his life right now. Just taking the creeps behind the tower, and now this tier 1 will actually get very low NHP pre-minute 6. It will be below 75, rotating around Secret Shop, and now going on Razorblade. Razorblade wants to get a toss, but it's going to be an illusion. And now Katie's more than happy to continue right-clicking. One more would do the job. Katie committing. And okay, gonna get the stun, eat a stun from Hush, continuing to right click, but there's no follow-up, no creeps to get some damage, and Katie more than happy to just walk out of there.
Yeah, he takes no damage because of his high base armor. Ethereal though pressuring mid-talk quite a lot. He's doing very well for himself. Zodiac struggling just a little bit. Yeah, I mean Ethereal is the guy that we said to look out for. That's what he got in order to carry his team. Because he'll have to do a lot of heavy lifting, with the Monkey King being as far behind as he is.
Up top though, trying something yet again, but the TP coming in from the Rubik, and Hush will actually get pulled back into the tower range. The right clicks will come in, but is it going to be enough? Hush tries to get around, tries to wrap around, but in the end will fall. And now Katie with the Thunder coming through. Max is there as well to get some of that juicy XP, but it's going to be yet another 2 for none trade. Well, 2 for none. It's not a trade, but...
Thank you for the HP, says Katie. Much appreciated blood infusion. Now, how did he take blood from a stone? Well, I don't know. I guess it's more like a soul transfer, right?
It's a lovely, it's a living stone, right?
Exchanging between. I tried to read what the lore is behind Sunder. It just doesn't say anything. Zodiac. I mean, the mid lane is a slight lead for the DK still. It's actually a rotation coming in from Tiny too.
You say slightly, I mean, it's 10 last hits, but that's going to be the Centaur as well joining up. Ethereal will throw in a stun onto the Elder Titan, and he's more than happy to just frontline for his team. 3 points in Dragon's Blood and a full level ahead of December Spirit. So, DK having a hell of a time right now. We kind of doubted the pick itself, but Ethereal is showing us why he felt confident to picking up Star. Don't die under the tower when we were praising you. Nice avalanche to keep him alive. Stampede flying in, and now Fire Remnant coming forward. Ethereal still tries to tank it all up, but in the end he will fall to the right leg of Max. And now Revolver comes in, and you will not have any sustain to keep yourself alive. Razorblade tries to run away, but one more right click from Sunset will grant hit the Rubik another double kill.
Yep, and Hush also being pressured out of lane top by Terrorblade. All 3 lanes right now going the way of Kyrgyzstan. And that's pretty much what we expected, to happen. Favorite for a reason. And the scary thing is they don't even have the full power lineup.
Black Sunset might be potentially the stand-in. He's 6-1-5, and he's about to get another assist as, okay, nice dodge from Ethereal, outstepping the Astral Spirit Stomp, and nice Dragon Tail under the tower. Now, Avalanche, toss, the tower range is doing a lot of work, and now, Lich so close to getting the kill onto the Ember Spirit, but Zodiac goes north, goes south, and now it's walking away to safety. We have TP from the Monkey King trying to find his Ember Spirit, but he will not be found. The game of hide and seek finishes as they're chasing Max, but look at this, a 4-player rotation to kill a position 5 Elder Titan?
Yeah, not the most worth movement ever. I'll pop in Hush in trouble. Nah, he should be fine.
Barely.
Yeah, they have to be careful. If they want to rotate on KAT and they don't get the kill, the Sunder's going to come out. He is surprisingly tanky.
Ethereal, you need to stay alive. Sleight of Fist will be available in a few seconds. Connects with the Searing Chains, but Ethereal gets collected by the Fade Bolt. Finally, Hush, after 10 minutes, manages to punish Katie's Terrorblade with the help of the 2 supports. But again, a 1-for-1. This DK was the saving grace, and about, what was it, minute 8 Black? Since then, he died twice and only got 4 extra last hits.
Yeah, it's tough for him. It's very tough. Revolver now in trouble again as well. Going down, level 3, toss stolen. Not the best steal ever, but can definitely be annoying in the right scenario.
I think in this current...
Missed it.
Okay, the Tiny's just vibing there. I think in this current meta where the Tiny takes the crash landing facet for the extra toss damage, actually, I would argue that that's a pretty valuable steal coming in from the Rubik.
Oh, true. Fair enough. It's a lot of bonus damage. The fact that Rubik also steals the facet kind of fascinates me.
Okay.
Well, Ethereal down again. We just spoke about it. I actually think he tossed him into the tower, stole the Dragon Tail, and then stunned him under the tower.
Yep.
Damn, man.
Sunset knows what he's doing.
You said Tiny is vibing. I think Sunset is vibing right now.
Again, he's what is it at the point? 8-1-5, I believe. 7-1 and 8, involving 15 out of 18 kills for the Kyrgyzstan side. He is actually impressing on many cylinders, and actually right now out farming the Dragon Knight when it comes to net worth Black on the Rubik.
Yeah, easy peasy. Right, we said mid Rubik is very strong. Showcasing again here why. Yeah, Terrorblade is out of control. They're all out of control. They're all so rich. 5k lead in 11 minutes. Not super dominant, but you know, we all know how hard it can snowball in just a minute. Okay.
Oh, nice setup top. There's no support.
This is the setup though.
Okay, nah, that's they're coming. The TPs are flying in. Monkey King, nice dodge. Now stays alive for a while longer. Look at the Chain Frost coming in. A double slithering crush. And now the Terrorblade. Can you get the Thunder off? You cannot. It's going to be a 2-for-1. Then look at the jump in. We've got Allen coming in hot with a Centaur. But the Dragon Knight doing a lot of slow damage with a Corrosive Breath. And now a toss. Perfect landing. Will get another kill for Ethereal. The mech coming in a bit too late. And it's only 2 versus 3. But they want to take the fight. We have a Telekinesis up in the air Black. And now Zodiac tries to get some damage. Nice stolen toss yet again under the tower range, but the chains did not connect. I think Ethereal might have fallen if the Searing Chains connected there.
Yeah, interesting fight. A little bit of a missed micro from the Terrorblade. The Illusions actually caught the Chain Frost. Ooh, nice button. Protect the Rubik at all costs.
If Sunset falls, that would be a hell of a gold swing. Now they're jumping in on top of the Ember Spirit, gets caught by surprise, and now one more right click will do it, but has a Fire Remnant away, and it's not gonna be enough damage. We have a nice, beautiful dodge, phenomenal play. Zodiac dodging with the Sleight of Fist, and in the end, Be Yourself is dead as they're trying to pursue for more. Blood Grenade comes through, but they spot the Slardar. Oh my goodness, Hush, reduced silence. It's gonna be another kill for the Rubik. Black, this might arguably be the most impressive support performance we've had in 2024 for the IESF qualifiers.
Very possible. They're looking for Terrorblade again. He has Thunder.
Nothing.
Ooh, oh no.
He's got it! He turns around though. Can they actually kill him? I think he might die. I think the DK should be safe. Kate in the end will lose his life through everything in the kitchen sink at trying to turn around. But look at Allen setting up, has the Blink Dagger, wants to jump on top of Ethereal, but I think might reconsider, does not want to overcommit as we see the rest of his squad up top trying to steal the XP room. The Wisdom rune might get collected nice in the ring crush, and Sunset will claim it for his side. Max by his side using the Earth Splitter to kill Be Yourself once again, and now the Centaur bottom double edge for another one to fall. Hush will try to get a trade kill on Max. Nice stomp. He's just walking away. Can Hush keep up with him? Yes, has a Blink Dagger. Should be fine.
I can't believe Rubik is almost level 11. It's ridiculous. High level in the TB.
No. That is unbelievable.
Oh well, the Sunset guy is a pretty good player. You sure it's not... You know, I would say check him IP, man.
I don't know. I mean, Sunset is definitely a player playing for CB team. And about tier 2, tier 3, I think Eastern European region. So, and that is maybe it is Zayat. Maybe Zayat's playing like under a friend's name. You know, like when I go in my pubs, I change my name to Black Dota all the time. Black, you know that?
Yeah, and that's why my reputation has fallen considerably throughout the years. It's okay. I'll forgive you. I know it's fun. He almost has Guardian Grease on Rubik minute 15. Oh, now he's gonna punish. Oh yeah, you deserve that.
No, this is your fault, Black. You know how I praised the Dragon Knight, and since then he hasn't done, well, anything? That's exactly what you did. You praised the Rubik, and then he pays with his life. And that's going to be the unstoppable streak. Look at that goal swing in the fight recap. 1,100 goal swing of a support kill at minute 15. That is unheard of.
As I said, he deserved it, being cocky. Now, the Centaur has no armor. He's going to die faster.
A Stampede, and look at the turnaround. Earth Splitter is going to be pitch perfect onto 2, gets the tiny Hush on the corner. Chain Frost bouncing around, but it's going to be way too late as Razorblade still trying to get away, and I think he just might. Razorblade now pops the south, but look at Kate, keeps on pursuing. We'll spot him on the low ground. Okay, pops the Metamorphosis. If they don't convert into a tower, it's a small victory for Kyrgyzstan to bait out the meta for this.
Actually, the ping, they want to go on him. He has Orchid on the DK already.
You can't.
I say already, it's not that fast.
You can't kill the TB here. If you're alone and between 3 high, what just happened? What was that?
If he gets bursted so fast, the Rubik does an insane amount of damage.
Yes, but there was also a TB with meta and 3 of your teammates you're dead. You knew that was gonna happen. Like that was not unpredictable.
But he was going for the play, you know.
I see.
For the bigger play.
Does he have a Blink Dagger? He does. He just has the Orchid. No. That's.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Sure. I mean, I digress. This happens. Mistakes happen at all levels, and sadly, this time it's gonna be Ethereal. I'm feeling a bit. Well, I gotta say, Black. Since about minute 9. Ethereal has done this multiple times when he feels like he's this strong, big, beefy Dragon Knight, and he gets punished a lot. And like you said, it's the Rubik with a lot of burst damage. He has Breathfire, Fatebolt maxed out, and Arcane Supremacy. And also this Elder Titan has like 4 points in natural order, reducing a lot of the armor and the base resist.
You say a lot. It's actually all of it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a ridiculous spell in Dota. Yeah. Probably the best aura in the whole game. Oh, they're looking for Monkey. Got him.
He's turning around. Razorblade gonna use a nice avalanche toss, and now look at the beautiful Chain Frost on the side and coming around, but the Elder Titan ultimate is doing such a good work. Double kill for Allen with the double edge, and now Ethereal really wants to get a kill, but the Pavis, I believe, coming in from the ET. In the end, the Rubik will fall to the overtime damage, but it's gonna be another 800 gold for Ethereal for killing this Rubik again. Still, you lost 2 of your cores and a support in the process.
And TB was farming away doing all of it. Nice Blink Dagger pick up on a tiny though. Ooh, Ethereal. or Razor Blade. Well, somebody had to bite the dust. Better him than Ethereal. But yeah, they lost bot tower to TB doing all of this. TB is insanely rich. Region room bot. That's probably gonna go to our friend Ambrose Spirit, who's very close to BKB now as well.
What are your thoughts on the Lich thus far, Black? Because I told you what my prediction was, and I feel like Revolver tries his best. I think it's just the limitations of the hero in its current form that are prevailing, as well as the fact that his cores are not really keeping up in the farm department with Kyrgyzstan's, well, cores.
I'm a big Lich fan personally. I think bot lane, if they went better, probably would have a little bit of a better showing of his real power level.
Okay.
But yeah, at least he offers a very strong lane, at least usually, right? That's why if you lose lane with Lich, he will look very underwhelming. Because you're really supposed to dominate lane with him and +1 hero, which should have happened this game as well with the Monkey King. But yeah.
Yeah, giving away that first blood punished them MK so bad, didn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's really hard to say because Kyrgyzstan is so strong.
And like we saw some great Sinister Gazes there, but multiple times he actually has 4, 6, and 7 as Zodiac claims to kill on Ethereal, who is, I believe, trying to split the map or farming the Dire jungle. How many? Oh, look at Sunset turning into a dragon of the zone. How many times did this Dragon Knight died? Because it feels like a lot. 7 times. Okay. Actually, the 3 cores on the side of Kazakhstan have died 7 and 8 times respectively, more than their supports. Constantly getting caught and picked off by the rotations of Kyrgyzstan. If you're on the side of Radiant Black, what is your turnaround potential here?
I mean, you picked to win lanes, but you didn't win lanes. Usually when it happens, there isn't really much hope other than that the enemy overextends and you get a couple of comeback kills. But Kyrgyzstan, I don't think they'll give you that. Not easily, at least. You gotta make them work for it. So you're probably gonna bait some heroes, outnumber them somehow. It's very tough to get back from here because your draft was literally designed to be ahead at this point.
You do have a Battle Fury on Monkey King with not the facet I personally prefer, but I understand why you'd go for this one, the Simian Stride, which allows you to just be more mobile and far more camps faster, especially if you go for Battle Fury. So if they can hold into this game for maybe another, well, 10 minutes, at least 7 minutes they need, I believe, to get this MK, maybe a BKB plus another item, it might be really, really good. But at that point, this Terrorblade will also keep on farming. So I think there's still a chance for Kazakhstan, but it's getting lower and lower if they don't find a way of getting some map objectives, right? Maybe sneak a Roshan.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility with Asada. It's just very tough right now to play the map because Terrorblade is pushing in all the lanes so easily. And everyone is so damn farmed on the Dire side.
Look at Max.
We're saying Rubik is rich. Look at Elder Titan.
That's what I'm saying.
What did he do, man?
Max is just chilling. He has the game of his life right now. 6-5 and 20 for his ET, and he is out farming the opponent Slardar.
What has he been taking for breakfast?
I don't know. Maybe he's fasting. Did you think about that? Like you were today, Black? 8
like
hours.
Me?
No
Oh
food?
yeah. Maybe I should play an ET game after I'm done with today. See how that goes for me.
Oh, massive TP's bottom. They want to catch, I believe, this Tiny, and he's gonna be safe. TP out from the Tiny, and Kyrgyzstan says, "Fine, we're not gonna be killing you. We're gonna go for your big brother, the actual rock, in the form of Roshan."
Oh, there's some Monkey King. Just a little too slow on the finger. Chasing? No. Yes.
Connection with this Monkey King. Be yourself again. It's gonna get claimed by Max. A lot of kills, sometimes unnecessary, collected by the Rubik and the ET from the Dire side. But as a support myself, I think I just want to say power to them.
They deserve it. They've been playing super well.
He stole Tree Dance. Look at this Rubik. He's just flying around the map. He also obviously has no cast time, no cast point because he's a Rubik. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, Black. He doesn't even need a blink dagger now that he has his tree dance. I think the dynamic of the Rubik is quite curious. If he's on top of the tree while he steals a spell, I think he gets stunned because he just cuts off the tree from under himself automatically. I know that was definitely the case at some point. Maybe now you just get off the tree as you steal a different spell, but hopefully Sunset, well, I assume he's a Grandmaster, so he probably knows this better than I do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Dota. These things change constantly, and oftentimes they're not even documented. Ooh, makes it out on Ember just in time. Pop BKB to do so, but you'll take that for the Roshan as well. Roshan goes down now. Well, now you're dealing with a Terrorblade that has Skadi, Dragonlance, Manta Style at minute 24.
I think he's also not too far off from his Crystallis. Okay, no, I think he sold it. He was going Crystallis. He purchased the Blade of Attack, I think, and then he sold it. He's going for the full Pike, which makes sense because you're gonna run out of slots if you keep building small items.
Oh, Rubik is looking for the tiny. Steal it, steal it. Come on.
He didn't do it. He did not do it. A Razor Blade will be collected by Zodiac this time around. Also a very solid performance on the Ember Spirit, despite, you know, being slightly behind at the end of the laning phase versus this DK mid.
Look at that Rubik. Such a menace. Better Monkey King. He also has the increased cast range, of course. Oh my god, did you see a jump range?
Yeah, they're catching Ethereal, who has to pop the 9-second BKB and will get out to safety. And Max gets killed by Hush in the Radiant jungle. So a favorable trade for the Radiant for the first time. They say that Hush will die, so it's no longer a favorable trade for them, as Alim will collect him for a mega kill streak of the Centaur. 9, 3, and 14. I'm just looking at the scoreboard right now, Black. Zodiac has yet to die on this dragon, on this Ember Spirit.
Guys, he's come close a couple of times, but he's been playing really well on the edge, which is really what you need to master when you play Ember. It's really a hero where you have to push your limits constantly, and he's been doing that very well. Picks up a region rune as well, and is it time to knock on the high ground? It very well might be. Oh, he's just dead, I think. Goodbye, Dragon Knight.
No more BKB. Look at the slow from the Scotty. He doesn't even move. Now the armor shield coming in from the leech, that is the Frost Shield, I believe that's called. Yeah, Frost Shield. My memory serves me well. First 45 will be popped. Now the tier 3 will fall, and I assume the range racks soon after. 35 seconds, no Dragon Knight, no Dragon Form, no BKBs. I think you're just gonna have to give up at least 2 sets of racks before you farm for some more, honestly, Black.
I don't know if they're gonna have to give up 2, at least 1. I don't know how much they really wanna, push without the meta. Well, I guess they don't care. They're just going. And TB at this point is so tanky. 3.3k health with strength threats. I don't know.
Slaughter is 100 gold away from BKB. He really needs to get that. I think he might have it because he's TPing back to base. So this could be, like you said, the moment to fight. No meta, and you've got the BKB on Slaughter.
That's a lot of illusions, though.
They are setting up. They're not going to give this one away for free this time around. Popping the Observer. Nice Dragon Tail BKB from Ethereal used already. And the Tiny gets lifted up in the air instantly. Doesn't even manage to use the toss. Now the Force Staff away, trying to disengage. 3 BKBs chasing the supports in the backline. But the Earth Split coming in. Getting 3 BKBs or not. They're trying to play around the Wukong's command, but the BKBs run out. The Slaughter in the end still not even managing to get a single support kill in the backline. Now the Dragon Knight will join in the afterlife. Double kill for the Ember, double for the Centaur, and range racks will fall first. 3 versus 4. Can we hold on to our base?
Answer is no. As it falls, meta is actually almost off cooldown. That's how long they've just been staying here.
Unbelievable.
There we go. Pop it. Pop it.
5 seconds to leech.
Pop it now.
Look at the
But
damage,
DK
man.
is still pretty tanky. But yeah, the buildings are gonna go. There's just so much backup. And there's really nothing he has to fear at all.
20 seconds, no Chain Frost either for the Lich, which is essentially your only teamfight spell. I guess Wukong's command as well. Jumping in, Razorblade tries to go for an Avalanche Toss, but the Flame Guard doing such a good job. Zodiac pops the BKB. Meanwhile, Ethereal falls to Allen yet again, and the TB. Force that forward. GG gets gold. It's gonna be Kyrgyzstan with a 28-minute victory to show us that they are here and they want to play as good as they can to win the Central Asian qualifiers.
Yeah, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it's pretty much what we expected. Perform just to, yeah, as our standards that we really set for them. Makes it look easy from beginning to finish. Nothing much to add, really, unfortunately. But yeah, that's Kyrgyzstan for you. Bronze medalist at the IESF finals last year. This year, the road is going to be a little bit tougher. Because, as we said, if they make it through here, which they probably will, they'll have to fight it out in Chengdu, where the top 4 then go to the global finals. If they play like this.
Interesting stat about them. So for the qualifiers last year, Black, they also had to go through the Asian qualifiers. Kyrgyzstan did. And last year, the Asian qualifiers had 5 slots, and Kyrgyzstan came in 5th.
Ooh, wow.
And then did better, obviously, getting third overall at the LAN Grand Finals. So with that being said, if they perform at the same level they did last year in the qualifiers, they might just miss out because Asia has 1 less slot.
And I think another big problem for them this year might be China is actually partaking. And China's squad might be, you know, it could just be full Azure. Because they're not going to TI.
They did qualify. Yeah. I agree. And or Turtle Team, Turtle Squad, right? Or a mixture of both.
There's so many candidates. Like, and the thing with China is they have a lot of national pride, you know. So they're definitely gonna field an amazing team. And I'm scared for whoever has to go up against them. They're gonna be hungry.
Back in 2014, Black, China won IESF about 2-3 weeks after TI4. And you know what team that was, Black? That was Newbie. After they had just won, they were like, oh, yeah, we just won TI. Let us send our full squad to IESF to win it. And that is exactly what you're talking about. Is, you know, the national pride that the Chinese squads often have. They don't want to play any games. They don't want to, you know, risk it. But like you said, it's not a single slot if you do qualify to Chengdu. It's 4 slots. So even if you lose to China there, Kyrgyzstan still will have a potential to make it to Riyadh in November. But with the performance they had today, I gotta say, do you think it was okay? We knew it was going to be a mismatch. We knew they are the more skilled team in theory, but they also play to their comfort, right? We kind of questioned this terribly pick, but KT, level 30, Grandmaster. Then obviously Sunset, level 30, Grandmaster on the Rubik. We didn't see any Grandmaster picks for the side of Kazakhstan, who we could argue tried to play more in the meta. Kyrgyzstan didn't care for that. They just picked their best heroes and they ran at their opponents.
Well, the scary part is we don't even know if it is the best heroes. You know, it might just be like the back pocket sort of thing, and the real things they're gonna save for when it's really needed the most. But whatever the case may be, they made this game look incredibly easy. And I also have to say, they didn't look like they really tried very hard. Like the map movement and stuff, you know, it was a little bit, how to say, a little bit comfortable, a little bit lazy, especially from the Terrorblade. You know, pushing out too far because of how far ahead they are and stuff like that. That wouldn't happen if they played a team where they feel like they're in serious danger.
Of course not. At the same time, I'm going to ask you, Black, to give me your MVP for that first game of Central Asia.
I mean...
Come on.
Hard, right? Sunset,
Is
Max. It? Yeah, I think so.
It's gotta be Sunset. I mean, Max played really well.
Yeah, he did, but Max did as well. So did the Ember. Like, who didn't? You know, Centaur had some amazing stunts as well. It's hard to single out one person when the entire team's owning someone. All right, let's give it Sunset then. Why not?
I think Sunset. I still think Sunset kind of enabled a lot of stuff that happened when Zodiac. Like I said, Zodiac had not a bad mid lane per se, but he didn't have a great lane as he got punished quite a bit by this Dragon Knight last pick from Ethereal. And then it all came through when Zodiac Sunset started rotating and used the stolen toss. I think it was initially from the Tiny. As we right now see what was an attempt, a skirmish from Kazakhstan that ended up being another 1-for-3 trade. And then this Dragon Knight Ethereal, he was getting caught so many times. This time in particular, he used a 9-second BKB to escape, but died so often between minutes 8 and 20 before he'd get that BKB, which just allowed Kyrgyzstan to accelerate more their farm.
Yeah, it's very hard to make the right decisions though, right? Like, you play against this team that is clearly outmatching you in terms of individual skill. Like, you're trying to make the right calls, you're trying to be aggressive, but every time you do it, it backfires. It's really mentally taxing, and the more quote-unquote wrong decisions you make, the harder the next decision is going to be, right? So I think they did what they could, and honestly, they had a couple of opportunities that looked pretty good, but ultimately Kyrgyzstan is Kyrgyzstan, and we said they're probably going to be unbeaten. I think Suneko's team might give them a run for the money, potentially, but other than that, it should be pretty one-sided.
It's also going to be a best of one, right? So that's what makes you really think, okay, maybe Uzbekistan with Suneko might have something in the bag. The best of one is what makes us doubt the fact that maybe, you know, so there's at least an upset potential, right? And with that being said, they did win, and it was very convincing, and I don't think we had moments where we doubted the victory was coming their way, but it wasn't as dominating as we saw from the South African region, for example. If you remember a few weeks ago, Black Ride with what was like a minute 12 GG. This was a relatively competitive game at points.
It was, especially early on. But yeah, I think after roughly, was it 15 minutes? They really started taking off. Zodiac went ham. They all went ham. It's kind of when they started grouping up, making all the good decisions together. Yeah, as soon as the ball gets rolling, how do you really stop it? Especially with a draft that is tailored, as we said, to win the lanes, but you didn't actually end up winning the lane. So even though the game looked kind of close, now in hindsight, as I think about it, it probably wasn't that close at all, because they were supposed to be probably ahead by that amount. When they were behind 4K, they were supposed to be ahead 4K. So was it actually really as close? In hindsight, I probably would have to correct myself and say, not really. Kazakhstan was in control the entire time.
Well, let's take a quick look again and congratulate Kyrgyzstan for winning the first matchup of the IESF Central Asia qualifiers, and right now they will find themselves first in the groups. And I'm gonna give all of our viewers at home an update as Uzbekistan off stream have also managed to be victorious in their first matchup, Black. And I'm gonna tell you something spicy. They did it in even more of a dominating fashion with a 21-minute victory.
Suneko's team, huh? Well, we have to treat up pretty much right away after this series concludes, because it's gonna be Kyrgyzstan versus Suneko's squad. So who's really gonna come out on top? I think that's, again, we think both of them are gonna qualify. It's just who's going to qualify as first place. I think that plays a part into seeding, probably into the main qualifier. But either way, there's a lot of pride. You never want to lose. We're all Dota players. We have way too much of that one thing called pride.
Well, we are going to talk a bit more about pride as we will be sending it to a short break. But when we return, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be more of Kyrgyzstan versus a different opponent, Turkmenistan, in the second game of the IESF Dota 2 Central Asian qualifiers. So see you in just a few moments.